Over the last 2 months, we've talked about eating local, getting takeout from local restaurants, and supporting local. But what defines a local restaurant? Reporter Phil Bergman has more on a group of restaurants that you may not think of as local dining.
While many of us think local as your typical mom and pop restaurant, this McDonald's is also a local restaurant. As a franchise, it's owned and operated by someone here in Nebraska.
I've had friends say, well, you should eat locally at a local restaurant. And I'm like, well, it is local. It's where I live, and it's owned by people that live where I live.
Zoe Olson is the executive director of the Nebraska Restaurant Association. She says most nationally branded restaurants in Nebraska are owned by individual franchise owners.
It's a big misconception, and unless I think you've been in the restaurant industry or you understand how franchises work, you think, oh, well, that's that big corporation and they don't care about anything local.
Yeah, as a franchise owner, I certainly understand it.
Steve Leonard is one of these franchise owners and operators. As the owner and operator of 22 McDonald's franchises in Nebraska and Iowa, he currently employs 1,200 people. While other companies may be different, he says in Nebraska, all McDonald's franchises are locally owned. Olson says this is a big plus for our area.
No big bad corporation is sending in workers by the busloads to work in communities. Those people who work in communities live here.
Like most restaurants across the state, Leonard isn't doing the same amount of business as before. Currently, he's not allowing any diners inside.
We're still seeing people come to our restaurants and they're coming through the drive-thru.
One of the differences, though, while local restaurants are on their own to get through a pandemic, nationally branded restaurants have the benefit of support and guidance from a national office.
The guidance they can give me in and around the way we might want to operate once we reopen is very, very vital to making sure that we protect both our customers and all of our staff.
There's no right or wrong place to eat out at. But remember, our perception of what is local may be different than what it actually is.
You probably know somebody who works at a franchise. You just didn't realize that it wasn't a corporation owned.
Reporting in Omaha, Phil Berkman, 3 News Now.
Leonard says being involved in the community has helped his restaurants get the word out that they're locally owned. When it comes to reopening, McDonald's specifically sent out a 59-page guide to its restaurants detailing extra precautions they have to take to keep staff and customers safe.